Hello, welcome back to the Single Malt Review. For this episode, we are venturing out of single malt territory, heading off to the New World for a tot of rum. Tim?
No, we're breaking the mould with this one. We lasted a long time, but every whiskey channel goes there in the end. And this time we're going to Guyana, which is not a place I know a great deal about, but the very informative map on the bottle tells me that it's next to Venezuela in the lovely extradition-free region of South America. So there you go. Now, this is unusual for most rums, in that it's a bit more whiskey forward with what it is. It's got a year of distillation on it, and it is from a single barrel. So that's really quite unusual. Rums are lagging a bit behind whiskey, you could say, in terms of quality focus, but they're catching up ever so slowly. Show them the bottle, Dave.
Yes.
It's actually rather good. It's got lovely reeds on it.
Yes, who is our distiller in this case?
You know, it's a bit clouded there. It doesn't actually want to say. It tells you the producer, but
Plantation rum
it's
of
been
Guyana.
bottled by someone.
Yes.
And they're not going to tell us who actually distilled it. It's been bottled by a French company, whom I cannot pronounce, but never mind.
It says Plantation rum of Guyana, an old artisanal rum from Guyana, product of Guyana, bottled by C. Ferron, 1610, Ars, France.
Well, look them up. I'm
Yes.
sure they've got all kinds of things for you. But as far as rums go, I think this is really quite excellent. I'm a bit of a rum fan myself, and I don't know how common rum fans are. I suspect were I to encounter another rum fan, they'd probably have things to say about Coke and mixing, and I would probably have to strangle them. But I think rum produces some things that can be just as good as old whiskies. You just have to look in the right places, and bottlers are really probably one of the best ways to do it. Berry Brothers and Rudd, fine old bottlers they are, they produce probably the biggest selection. Their Caribbean XO is a sort of a rolling batch that comes out every year. That's probably a good jumping off point if you're interested, but enough about that.
I enjoy many a good rum.
We'll taste the article ahead.
Far from being a connoisseur, certainly I enjoy what I try.
So rum, obviously distilled from sugar. It can be made two different ways. This has, to me, all the hallmarks of what the French would call rum agricole, which is rum produced from raw sugarcane. Just juiced sugarcane left to ferment, which is the easiest way to produce rum. Not the most efficient, but the easiest, because the yeast has everything it needs to ferment from the nutrients in the raw sugarcane. Not like distilling from sugar or sugar byproduct, where you need to sort of corral it along with nutrients and things like that. You need a proper plant. This can be made almost anywhere. And the fact that it says plantation rum also makes me think we're probably looking at rum agricole. So, anyway.
The counterpart to rum agricole is
Rum industrial,
Industrial.
or industrialique. My French obviously is not amazing, but you can correct me if you like. However, the rum itself, it smells just dripping with sugar. There's absolutely no
It's
question
extremely
whatsoever
sweet.
as to where this came from, and where this came from was sugarcane.
It even smells like a potent bourbon and cola or bourbon and some other soda. There's so much sugar there. It's a deep orange colour.
I don't like to think about cola in anything, but I do see what you mean. There's a cool, sweet, and in this case extremely herbal, which is another reason I think it's agricole. Note coming off here, if you've had fresh sugarcane juice, that had a sort of a boutique-y resurgence in supermarkets about 10 years ago. You could buy it, at least down this part of the world, and it does have a obviously very sweet, very sugary, sucrosy, funnily enough, but also quite grassy and herbal flavour when it's fresh. And it's green as well. If you juice it, you get this odd grass green. It looks like wheatgrass, only not awful. So, I guess it's winning there. What on earth?
Right.
Oh, it's only a drone, people. That's fine. Sign of the times. Sign of the times. It's just a drone. How many times could have you said that in the past? It's fine. It's one of ours, as they say.
45% ABV. Strong for a rum, not exceptional E-force.
And on the palate, I can't believe it's not sweetened, is the first tasting note. It is so reminiscent of rich, sugary, just sugar.
Yes, I'm
It's
thinking
the most astonishing part.
the sweetness of dried apricots combined with brown sugar. Like someone's combined those two together into some sort of nectar.
Just sort of dried molasses. It really does have so much of its heritage shared with the sugar that it came from. And everything else kind of hides behind that sort of toffeed veneer of sucrose on top. And so if you imagine, because there's fruit here, there's red apples and there's a little banana and a little coconut as well coming in from the cask. But if you imagine all of those things just dipped in a rich sugary coating, and that's what you've got from rum, it's really quite a full-on thing. In fact, it would get potentially quite overpowering if you were to have too much in one go.
It's definitely a moderation rum, a good slow sipping rum.
Just as an aperitif, I think this is perfect. I think this could be subbed in for, say, a Noble Riesling or something like that. I think it would get your buds working and get them ready to taste something else.
It is comparable for
really,
a
very good.
strong dessert wine in terms of sweetness.
No, I think it's magnificent. And not just for a rum. I think it's magnificent for a spirit. But that's just my opinion. And I'm a bit of a rum lover. But I'll give it a score, which is a rum score, so don't compare it with whiskies. We should make that differentiation. We're not scoring things just as spirit drinks entirely. We're scoring them in their own categories. So blends should be compared with blends, single malts should be compared with single malts, and rums compared with rums. So this one's in to win here, given that we haven't done any. I'm going to give this one, I'm going to give it a 79. I think it's really very good. What do you think?
I'm going for a solid 90.
Ooh.
I've had a few rums in my time, a number of aged rums, 10 years or so, but this is far and away the sweetest, fruitiest of the lot. It's such a big flavour. It's a strong rum, but still just intensely sweet. It's very cloying, very moorish. I want some more right now.
I think we've got a rum convert right here. I knew it was good, but I didn't know if it was that much of a seller.
Yes.
Goodness me, just wait till he tries the 23-year-old I've got in the cupboard.
Oh yes.
Maybe next episode. This has been the Single Malt Review. Do tell us what you want us to taste. We will do our very best for you. In the meantime, Slanger.